One area that we're talking about is the benefits to companies located in emerging markets where the likelihood of interest rate increases accelerating has diminished to a certain degree. So if you take a midterm approach, we do see some opportunities there. Obviously, the continued strength of the dollar for U.S. investors gives them increased buying power abroad. So we are talking about that as well. And then we're also talking about the investment in riskless assets being very expensive and taking more of a long-term approach to asset allocation.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier this morning, Jonathan. I want to bring it up. We've got this thing going called a CFO Council. Brings together a whole bunch of very high-profile and high-powered, I hate to call them that, but bean counters. And, they're thinking that, okay, Brexit is a risk, but actually we're more worried about, the lack of global demand, A, across the globe, and B, what's going on in China. Are you?
I think that those are serious concerns. And, you had some important data come out of Tokyo this morning as it relates to the current account surplus, as it relates to wage inflation. I think low demand is a significant problem. And I think China poses risks as well, certainly on the banking side. But as it relates to China, our focus continues to be on the consumer. We see strong wage inflation. We see the new economy stocks doing relatively well. And in Hong Kong in particular, we see attractive valuations for a number of securities. So I think it is an interesting time potentially to be deploying capital into some of these securities, but it really has to be done on a one-off basis after significant diligence on the individual holding.
Okay, you're saying this would be a trade then, not an investment?
We only look at investing as investing and not as trades. I think over the midterm, if you look over the short term, it's a bit of a different story, but over the midterm to the long term, certainly within the Hong Kong market, we think there are some very interesting opportunities.